Okay, I guess I'm starting this voice video recording thing. If you're new and you have never met me, nice to meet you. Hello, I'm Nina. If you know me, nice that you're listening. So I've been wanting to step into the realm of voice and recording and video for quite some time, but I always thought of like I need to have a how or something to it, but of course not. As in not into anything really, and that's what we will be also talking about. I thought that in this first video I want to talk about pre and post seeking. So the difference in being, so to say, and how there is no difference. So when I was seeking, so to speak, there was a felt sense that there is always something out there, something that I don't quite get, or I will figure out someday, or I will get enlightened, or I will have a revelation, or whatever. And how it appeared in the body mind, it always looks for the next that, maybe that next thing will give me what I'm actually looking for. And you don't have to be in spirituality to experience this. It's very common. People look for better job, for money, for better relationships, something that can give you the imagined relief of something. So there's kind of this apparent sense of lack in the system. It's not mental, but that kind of drives you to go to the next, to the next, to the next. And as itself, there's nothing wrong with it. It's actually genius that life works that way. So this is how we evolve, discover new things, all that. But as a human being, that can be very exhausting, and the root of it is in this sense of separateness. So at some point in your life, something happened, or not really, but made you believe that you exist separately from life. So there is you and there is everything else. I think that's the main issue in that. And then that kind of perpetuates the seeking. But I don't want to talk about too much into logistics of things. I'm not good at those, and I'm not a specialist in any kind, so that's not my forte, so to speak. But what I do love speaking about and want to speak about more of is the presence. So what is there when that seeking drops? So I was seeking everything, everywhere, for relief of being. Which is so paradoxical, because the actual being is what is the most yearned for. So when I'm speaking, it might not always make sense, and things will be paradoxical, and that's okay. It's not for the mind. We're talking about just being as you are, and that's your only job as a human, just to be yourself. But the problem is when we try to be everything else than we are. We have these ideas that we need to be something, or we need to do something, or we need to seek something, or whatever. And our highest calling, so to say, is to be ourselves. because we are free. We have always been free, and not in a sense of someone being free, but things are being free already as themselves. So freedom is not owned by anyone. You cannot get free because freedom never went anywhere. It's freedom even playing to be caught or captured, whatever. So when I'm talking about post-seeking, everything continues the same. I still love evolution and discovering things, but there is not this sense of urgency that I need something to happen. Nothing needs to happen. Everything is happening already, and that is so clear. So if I now want to do some self-improvement, it's totally different experience. Before, I wanted to and I had to fulfill something. Now I just might want to get more muscles, so I go to the gym, as an example. So what shifted? I think this is what so many traditions and different systems speak about. And this is something that cannot be spoken of. Life is so intelligent that it will bring every being to itself and its own perfect timing and mechanisms. There's no predictions how life will return to itself for someone. So if I ever recommend anything, it is to truly, truly listen to yourself and seek advice and reinforcement from sources that truly speaks to your heart. And try different things. In my case, some teachings, so to say, have stayed, dropped, disappeared altogether, come back again. And I love it that way. It is very lively. As life itself is not stagnant, it's not linear, it's very chaotic. But that's how it's supposed to be. So it's kind of chaos in order and orderly chaos. That's how it's meant to be. If you try to fight that, it will feel painful. And if you try to go against the life force, you will feel constriction and stagnation and stuckness. So I don't want to talk about methods or ways of being, because none of that is really needed. But if one struggles, so to say, I would just find ways suitable to you to find more spaciousness in your field. Because you don't need words, systems, anything. Everything is already. That's not what you need. You need for that to allow to be. Tricky using words. So, spaciousness. To see, to feel, to experience for yourself in your body. For yourself. It's so beautiful. Oh my god, I don't know why I'm tearing up. For humans to have such unique experience of life within themselves, I feel it's so sacred. So I wish people would honor that in themselves. Because it's the living intelligence of life of God working being as you. So, I'd love people to feel that for themselves, and maybe that's why I want to speak, because when I write only, I feel like there is a lack of cadence and sound tuning. Like, you can get so much more out of video and voice if you really listen. If you really read, you can get that, because why I also love writing, it's like you can get things so precisely in it. It's so beautiful. But how many people read? There's so much. Well, it's good that we have many options to share. But beauty of being, post-seeking, pre-seeking, post-seeking. What shifted? Nothing shifted. Some things just stopped being priority. Things that I was imagining being important were not important anymore. And it's not easy necessarily to live in the world that requires focusing on those important things, but once they don't feel as important, it can be a bit, how would I say, it can shake things up internally, externally, and that's totally okay. So I went through a very chaotic time emotionally, more so than externally. A few years ago, when kinda the structures rumbled within me, it was scary, and I was thinking, am I losing my mind? But then there were people that were able to just be there with me, letting it all happen, and I'm the most grateful for those people who didn't want to give me anything, who didn't want to say to me anything to me. They just were there, standing beside me in support, in loving words, kindness, nothing required. That was the only thing that I needed. And that's what I want to offer anyone who might be experiencing that chaos. So you're always welcome to reach out. I have my Substack. There's all the information. So a new page, or Instagram, Nina Viren. So there is no pre and post awakening, because time doesn't exist. So in the mind can create these storylines, and that's okay, but when it's understood. So there was nothing different pre-seeking or post-seeking. It's all the same, different flavors, and that is seen very clearly. Chop wood, carry water, chop wood, carry water. I think it's the most well-known phrase for this. And being just is. So if you are, whatever you're experiencing, or whatever idea, thought is convincing you of this, that's alright. That's this being. Nothing is excluded, nothing is included. Everything is included. So there's nothing to say, really, anymore. There's silence, spaciousness, beingness. And everything is allowed to be said. There's so many beautiful ways that words can use, and for some reason I'm fascinated by it, and I want to learn beautiful words. Maybe that's why I've always been interested about different languages as well. There is a lot of expression and meaning, and this is, in so to speak, finer realities. We are not talking about tangible things anymore. We are more so talking about energy, words, how words affect you. They're powerful. Yeah, so in my experience, post seeking, things become more playful because it's not serious anymore. So it's actually more free, playful, not important. Still, some things are felt like tenderly in my heart, like, oh, this is what I really care about, and I want to pour my energy in it. And that's beautiful. So I really, really hope everyone can find that for themselves in their way of being. Yeah. Well, I wish you happy being. Or it doesn't have to be happy, just simple, kind, natural being. Have a lovely day.